how's it going? So this week I figured we would start off with, just like a little introduction, a little about me, and what my symptoms are like, and what works for me, and just kind of like introduction to me and ADHD. ADHD 9. Grammar. Yay. So personally, my mom kind of thought that I was ADHD from like pretty much short after birth. I'm really lucky in the fact that she has a degree in psychology and actually worked on a psych unit for about 15, 20-ish years, somewhere in there, before she actually ended up with a kid with ADHD or, anybody with any sort of behavioral disorder. So, she kind of just knew from the time I was a small baby that I was not patient and not having any of that and couldn't concentrate. And so from that point on, kind of knew, but I wasn't officially diagnosed. I didn't do any of the official testing until age 12 or so. So when I was 12, I was officially diagnosed. And, you take the little DSM, whatever number they're on. I think they were on 4 or 5 when I took it, and they're on 5 or 6 now, something like that. But it's basically just a broad spectrum diagnostic criteria that comes with a bunch of like hours of multiple choice questions, and you answer them, and basically it tells you on kind of like a more scientific scale of 1 to 10 whether or not you have ADHD and how severe it is and how much it impacts you. And I ended up with something like either 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 on everything, so I'm very, very high up there. So I think one of the reasons why I've been so successful is I have such a strong support system, because my mom knows how to, get that stuff taken care of properly. I take meds, I talk to a therapist, because, maintaining my ability not only just to interact with the human population normally and shut my mouth when I need to, which is a big problem. She also helps me kind of work with getting all my homework done, because I am a college student, and getting homework done is very important. So that's kind of a quick synopsis of my personal support system. I happen to be very lucky in the sense that even though I'm living in Oklahoma and, kind of dead center in the Bible Belt, my family is from the north. My mom and my dad are from New York, born and raised, and very open to different sorts of treatments, different ideas. They don't think that it's wrong for me to have ADHD. They don't, think that it's a fake thing. They don't think that it's a bad thing. So, my parents, I owe everything to my parents. So, a lot of the stuff that I have problems with is forgetting is pretty much my main biggest problem, which is not a good problem to have. If I don't immediately make something a reminder in my phone or write it down, it's gone. My mom jokes that she can see it go in one ear and just evaporate out the other side of my head because I didn't write it down immediately. So, obviously, as you can see behind me, all of my homework schedules are up there. Well, most of them are up on my wall. I have them in my computer. I have them in my phone. I am a mess of redundancies because literally 2 seconds after you tell me something, it's gone. It's just gone. So, the next thing I'd say... See, look, I can't even remember what I was going to say next. I don't necessarily think hyperactive is the right word for it. Just more like my brain goes so quick from thought to thought to thought to thought to thought that people can't follow. So a lot of people would classify that as the H or the hyperactive part of ADHD. But for me, it's more just like my brain isn't on the same page as pretty much anybody else's brain. So we actually joke that they're speaking Sarah as if it's a language. And, moving too quickly, I think, is also a huge problem. So forgetting things. So let's not forget things. Forgetting things and moving too quickly from thought to thought to thought And then motivation is a huge thing. And to be honest, I think that most ADHD people, at least those of whom I've spoken with and for myself personally, have issues getting motivated. So like getting yourself to start your homework, or like I have a paper due in my Japanese class on Wednesday and I've only gotten my outline in English done because I don't have the motivation to start actually writing the essay in its entirety. So, you know, that mixed with my inherent ability to be really lazy leads to stupid amounts of procrastination. And pretty much everybody I've spoken to who has ADHD, either at a similar extremity that I do, or, you know, kind of mild, you know, all ends of the spectrum, we all kind of have that same, it's hard for us to get started kind of thing. But, you know, if I'm on my meds, once I get started on something, I can usually complete it all the way through. I'm not as bad as not completing things as I was in the past. I used to be able to start something and 2 seconds later something would pop in my head and I'd just be like, oh, going over here, gonna do this. But, you know, that's partially the inability to follow things through, partially the constant forgetting. So like, the forgetting comes into play when it comes to following through with things because, you know, you're sitting there and, for instance, I live with my mom and, you know, she'll come in and she'll say, can you empty the dishwasher? That's something that I'm supposed to do, right? So she comes in, she says, will you empty the dishwasher? And I say, yeah. On my way to empty the dishwasher, I forget what I'm doing. So I'm like, oh, I'm in the kitchen, I'll grab a snack, and then I'll come right back to my room. So it's not so much that it's not following through, it's more en route forgetting what I'm doing. So I think a lot of things that people would classify more as like ADHD specific, like not following through with the task or, you know, having a hard time starting, they call that, you know, laziness. And yes, I admit I am lazy. I will admit that. There is ADHD and not being able to follow things through because you forget or just not having that motivation, or being lazy and not doing it because you don't want to. I have both of those. So put them together and it's a miracle that anything gets done. So hopefully next week I won't have slapdash together a video as much as this. It's been a busy weekend, and hopefully I can get you guys back with a bit of a longer video next time. And in the meantime, if you like this video, go ahead and like below. And if you're looking forward to more ADHD Chronicles videos, which I hope you are, then I will try to get back to you next Saturday, and please subscribe. See you guys later.